Kana, so why has his popularity slipped so quickly given that he's been in office for such a short period of time?
Hi, Heidi. So, yes, people have grown more and more dissatisfied with Suga's virus response, especially as cases really spiked this winter. The government this month declared a state of emergency for Tokyo and its neighboring prefectures, and which later got expanded to other regions. But the perception is that Suga has always been a step behind. Emergencies came only after the regional governors requested them. And also the SOE this time around is seen as a watered-down version compared to last year. And also keep in mind the government doesn't have the legal power to enforce any strict lockdowns or fine businesses refusing to comply with the request to close or cut hours, which the government is trying to change. But at the moment, anyhow, we're not seeing any virus cases come down, and we're seeing frustration is growing among the public who sees Suga as doing just too little, and that all his responses have been too slow. Also, the controversial Go-To travel subsidy last year is also getting some blame for the rise in cases in virus this year, and that among other factors related to the virus response is really dragging his support.
So will that be reflected when it comes to lower house elections that we're expecting before October? What do we expect next?
So, yes, we have few key events. One is the Olympics coming up. That's another very sensitive area. We're seeing the public is increasingly becoming opposed to having the games or rising doubt that it can happen. This is something Suga has been adamant that it will go ahead. And as you mentioned, the lower house election that needs to happen by October. Suga needs to get the LDP's backing to stay on after September. But looking at the low support rate in polls, it's difficult to see the party really continue ahead with the support. The question then becomes who's going to be his successor. The names being brought up, including Chief Cabinet Secretary Kato, who is the former health minister, administrative reform minister Kono. But since they're both current cabinet members, they could also be blamed for the government failure. So it's really hard to see any sort of clarity in the immediate future.